Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we have an exciting comparison that spans decades of armored warfare history, the modern British Challenger 3 versus the legendary German Panzer IV. At first glance, comparing these two might seem almost unfair because they were built in completely different eras, but that's exactly why it's fascinating. We're going to break down their design, armor, firepower, mobility, and battlefield performance to see how a World War II workhorse measures up, at least conceptually, to a 21st century main battle tank. Let's start with the Panzer IV. Introduced in 1936 and seeing service throughout World War II, the Panzer IV was Germany's most widely produced and versatile tank. It went through multiple upgrades, from the early OSV A to the late OSV J models, each time receiving thicker armor, better guns, and improved engines. Initially designed as an infantry support tank with a short-barreled 75mm gun, it was later upgraded to a long-barreled 75mm KWK-40 to face the Soviet T-34 and KV-1 tanks effectively. The Panzer IV's armor ranged from 10mm to 80mm depending on the variant, with sloped armor becoming more common in later models to improve deflection. Despite its relatively modest engine, a 300 horsepower Maybach HL120 in early models, it had a top speed of around 40 km per hour on roads, giving it respectable mobility for its time. What really made the Panzer IV remarkable, though, was its adaptability. Field commanders could rely on it for everything: infantry support, tank-on-tank engagements, and defensive operations. Its crew of 5, commander, gunner, loader, driver, and radio operator, allowed for specialized roles that maximized efficiency in combat. Now, let's jump almost a century forward and look at the Challenger 3. The Challenger 3 is the latest evolution of Britain's main battle tank line, designed to replace the Challenger 2 in the 2020s. It features a completely new turret, advanced modular armor, and a high-tech 120mm smoothbore cannon capable of firing the latest APFSDS rounds. With modern fire control systems, including thermal imaging, laser rangefinders, and digital battlefield integration, the Challenger 3 can detect, track, and engage multiple targets at ranges that would have been unimaginable for World War II tanks. Its armor is designed to withstand hits from contemporary anti-tank guided missiles and kinetic energy penetrators, and its mobility is supported by a 1,500 horsepower diesel engine allowing speeds of up to 70 km per hour on roads. The Challenger 3's crew of 4, commander, gunner, loader, and driver, benefits from automation that reduces fatigue and allows more focus on situational awareness and targeting. When comparing firepower, the gap is enormous but instructive. The Panzer IV's long 75mm gun was highly effective against tanks of its time, but against modern armor like the Challenger 3's composite and reactive systems, it would be completely ineffective. Conversely, the Challenger 3's 120mm smoothbore gun can penetrate the armor of nearly all contemporary tanks and would easily obliterate a Panzer IV. However, it's important to note that in its era, the Panzer IV's firepower was exceptional and allowed Germany to dominate early and mid-World War II tank battles. Its flexibility with these shells also made it deadly against infantry, fortifications, and soft-skinned vehicles. Armor comparison also highlights the evolution of tank design. Panzer IV's armor, even at its thickest, was vulnerable to high-velocity anti-tank guns like the Soviet 76.2mm and the American 75mm guns later in the war. Its welded and riveted steel offered limited protection, and side and rear armor were especially weak. In contrast, the Challenger 3's composite modular armor, often combined with explosive reactive elements, is designed to withstand both kinetic and chemical energy threats, giving it survivability that is orders of magnitude higher than anything the Panzer IV could achieve. Additionally, the Challenger 3 features advanced countermeasures like smoke dispensers and battlefield networking to avoid threats, something entirely absent in World War II designs. Mobility is another stark contrast. The Panzer IV was reasonably fast for its time, capable of keeping pace with infantry in mechanized offensives, but it lacked the cross-country agility of modern tanks. The Challenger 3, by comparison, combines a powerful engine with advanced suspension, allowing it to traverse rough terrain while maintaining speed and stability. Modern transmission systems and hydropneumatic suspension also reduce crew fatigue and improve accuracy on the move, which was a major limitation for World War II tanks. Crew survivability and battlefield ergonomics have evolved tremendously as well. The Panzer IV had cramped interiors, limited ventilation, and no advanced fire suppression systems. Combat was physically exhausting and psychologically intense, especially under fire. Challenger 3, on the other hand, provides a much safer environment with automatic fire suppression, NBC protection, and ergonomic seating and controls. Modern battlefield awareness systems also significantly reduced the risk of ambush, which was a constant danger for World War II crews. Tactically, these tanks represent completely different doctrines. Panzer IV emphasized combined arms tactics, working alongside infantry, artillery, and aircraft. Its design reflected the needs of blitzkrieg, speed, coordination, and adaptability. Challenger 3, on the other hand, operates in a high-tech network battlefield environment, often coordinating with drones, infantry fighting vehicles, and other tanks via digital communication. It relies on long-range precision strikes and survivability in a highly lethal environment, rather than massed armored thrusts alone. In conclusion, comparing the Challenger 3 and Panzer IV highlights how far tank technology has come. While the Panzer IV was revolutionary and versatile for its time, the Challenger 3 represents the pinnacle of modern armored warfare with unmatched firepower, protection, mobility, and situational awareness. If a Panzer IV were placed against a Challenger 3 on today's battlefield, the technological gap would be unsurmountable. However, each tank perfectly reflects the era in which it was developed. The Panzer IV dominated World War II battlefields through adaptability and sheer numbers, while the Challenger 3 excels in precision, protection, and integrated modern warfare tactics. Both tanks are iconic in their own right, representing the evolution of armored warfare over nearly a century.